Just a circle? No. Okay, so you see the buttonhole. You see, it looks kind of like a thin rectangle, right? And what's it made of? Like what's making that buttonhole? So there's stitches. It's like a really tight zigzag around there. And we see some of it. We see some of it sticking out above the button, and we see something sticking out below the button. What is on the circle? What should I put on the circle? Thread. Okay, so there's thread and there's holes. There's thread going through some holes. So this button has 4 holes. I'm going to draw a big one for you, and then a smaller one, and then a smaller one. So if this were a really, really big circle, if I was drawing this full size kind of a thing, okay, I might have 4 holes. When I didn't even center them because I'm going fast, I'd have 4 holes, and then I'd have stitching going through the holes, and then I'm sort of visualizing some zigzag to create the button holes on the side. So just zigzaggy, kind of messy zigzaggy lines. What's happening at the top and the bottom though? Is it just like parallel zigzag lines? What do you see? They go together. And actually, if you've ever sewn, has anybody sewn a buttonhole before on a sewing machine?
I've seen that.
It goes zigzag down one side, and then at the bottom it goes a big zigzag in place, and then it goes zigzag back up the other side, and then a big zigzag in place. So that's all you're doing what the thread does. So right across the top, you do just sort of a big zigzag to begin it and to end it. Okay? So if I were drawing that to scale, or to real size, it might look something like that. When I draw it really, really teeny, teeny, tiny, I'm just sort of I'll do it on this one. Kind of like dot, 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 dot for the holes. Just little dots, and then maybe the tiniest little stitch. And then the little zigzag is minuscule. Okay? So you don't have to, like, there's like a ridge on this button. There's no space to draw all the super details. But I think having the holes there will let you know whether it's a 2-hole button or a 4-hole button. I've actually even seen 3-hole buttons out there. So you want to indicate the number of holes, and then show the buttonhole. Okay? Now, are all of the buttonholes vertical like that? Look at it. So this is vertical, vertical, vertical. The top one, what's going on? It's horizontal. How come? Has anybody thought about, like, you guys wear this stuff all the time. Have you ever thought about it?
It's not supposed to come apart, isn't it?
It slides. Okay, if it's horizontal, it can slide, and it can kind of accommodate different neck sizes, swallowing, whatever, right? So this slides. Would we want this one to slide? No, we want that one to stay shut. Okay, so it's vertical. We want it to stay shut. This is more flexible. Has anybody worn a sport coat or a blazer with buttons? Can you think about what direction they might be? They're horizontal. Because usually you're wearing something underneath it, and you want the flexibility of, oh, today I'm wearing a sweater. Another day I might be wearing a tight tank top or something. So this is flexible, and then this is more secure. Okay? So on the neck, we're going to draw it horizontal. Do you see the buttonhole peeking out both sides, or do you see coming out of one side? One side. So the button has slid to one side of the hole, and we're seeing the buttonhole only on the other side. So we're going to pay attention to this stuff, because there's real reasons for this. Manufacturers do this for real, and if we're trying to draw a technical drawing, we want it to be real, right? So we're going to draw the buttonhole stitching just on one side. If the collar's covering some of it, then fine. You won't draw the whole thing. You'll just draw until you hit the collar. Okay? We're going to leave the cuff detailing till another conversation, because that's just a little bit of a mind thing. And I said thing. I didn't see the